hopes and dreams, start into this new year with a lot of excitement. So today I'm going to be doing a MediClearing on helping us step into this new year with a lot less baggage, right? All the things that we are creating right now in the planet in our life is all a reflection of everything that's going on here, everything that's going on in our internal energetic landscape. And then the outer world starts to reflect all that. But a lot of you are looking at your lives and going, there's got to be more than this. and but not sure how to bridge this gap of where you are right now to where you see yourself and where you hope to be. And so instead of just, living on a hope and a dream and a wish and a prayer, that we're actually going to we're going to start removing a lot of those energies that keep us in those lower vibrations. It could be people, it could be some of these outside negative influences like the 1% energy, the reptilian energy, and now we know about these control beings that are also attempting to control humanity. So there's a lot of things that are going on. And I'd like to hear from some of you, what it is that you're hoping to see different in this new year, whether it's with yourself, on the planet. I'd love to hear some of those things, and so maybe we can incorporate some of that into the energy clearing. I know that a big focus for this next year is going to be on the energies of love. I know that Spirit is guiding me and directing me to do my next program, which is a 27-day program starting on January 11th. And it's all geared and focused on love. So Spirit wants more love on the planet, and however we go about doing that is, going to be to each of us. But Spirit is directing me to do this program where every single day we're going to be doing this kind of a MediClearing, like we're doing today. We're going to be doing this for nearly, the next 45 minutes. But so a lot of the energies that are preventing us from stepping into love and really allowing more love in our hearts, this clearing that we're going to be doing today is going to help prepare people for that. So as we start to clear a lot of the energies that we're stepping into, sometimes people get a little worried when things start to get worse and things start to fall apart. And I always see that as a good sign that things are starting to move. This is all information. When you get more information and realize that this may be the relationship that you're in, as you get clearer and in a higher vibration, you start to see where things are not aligned. And we cannot work on our partners, but there is a way of working on the relationship to help create a space where it's grounded and the communication is clear when we enter the space, so that we can see more clearly, how well we are aligned. And so that's super, super valuable and important, because sometimes you'll start to see, things are probably never going to line up the way I had hoped. And, our job right now, so here's the kind of dichotomy that people are stuck in, the confusing energy right now, is that when we step into this new year, there's all this excitement about what we're going to do new, and we have all this new motivation and eager anticipation of creating something new. And at the same time, we're still in the winter energy. For those of us in the northern hemisphere, those of you who are in Australia, you're enjoying summer right now. But here in the northern hemisphere, we are still in that inward energy, the energy of winter, the hibernation, where we are still, it's like that butterfly and that chrysalis goo, and they're still integrating and working on this deeper inner stuff, so that when spring comes, that's when we really launch and when we really step out in a much bigger way. So right now, all of our energies, all this eager anticipation and excitement should be turned inward so that we can get excited about what we can create new here, so that we can be in this higher vibration with a more open heart and learning how to generate self-love instead of always looking on the outside for that next fix, So that's what we're going to be working on today. Is we're going to be working on clearing a lot of the energies that are showing up in regards to more love. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. I am on my phone on YouTube and on Facebook on my computer. So the live stream, oh, there it is. Okay, good. There's all the people and their comments. So let me see what some of you have to say, and maybe some of your hopes and dreams and desires for next year. So nice to see you here, Z. So today we're doing, we're not working on specific individual things. We're doing more of an overall clearing. So the specific questions are saved more for Tuesdays when we really dive into each of your specific things. So today is more of a general clearing. So Libra sunshine, I'm also a Libra, so I appreciate our Libran energy. So intuition, agape, patience, kindness, abundance. So those are all awesome things that never get old, right? We can always use more of that. Okay, and let's see if, great, here's all the comments on Facebook. So thank you, John. Happy New Year to you as well. Good to see you here, Bess. Yes, Happy New Year, everyone. Debbie, only healthy and mutually respectful relationships moving forward. I agree with love and only want to give my energy to people I love. Yes, exactly. A lot of us have been diverting our attention to maybe a lot of energies that are not really in support of the direction we're going and where we're headed. So great to see you here, Denise. I did send you your report, so hopefully you had a chance to look at that. I'll be meeting you later this afternoon. And Nadine, good to see you here, and Peter from the Netherlands. And so, yeah, since there's such a global audience here, so it's nice to hear where everyone's from so that we can connect and hold hands around the world in this high vibration. So let's see, there's a few things that you guys are working on as far as stepping into this new year. And the biggest thing that is right at that root chakra, and this is a big energy that doesn't allow us to feel safe in our bodies, on the planet, and feeling safe to like step into our power. So this is kind of be probably a big theme about what we're working on. So we're going to be, I'll be walking you through this process of running your energy. And if you're new to all of this, hey Fish, good to have you here. If you're new to all of this, it would be really good for you to get my new book. It's called Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. And in this book, I outline this whole system that has been given to me. It's called the Infinity System. It's been developed over the last 20 years. And this whole system is outlined in this book. And so running your energy is part of that system. And this is the practice that we do every day to keep our energy clear, to keep it in a high vibration. So we're going to walk you through that now, and we'll see what's showing up along with all of your intentions to bring in more light into this new year and more love, and not only for ourselves, but for the whole planet, right? Everybody on the planet needs more love. So Pavarti, good to see you here. And Gwen, great. Happy New Year to you all. Okay, great. Let's see, anything else? Oh, great. So thank you for posting that, Roma. So the book link is there available, and also the link to the new program that we're going to be starting on January 11th. So this is kind of all in preparation for that, because really, really big energies that we're stepping into. And you know, we've entered into this golden age, and it's going to keep moving forward with or without us. So the more that we can participate in these energies and do our part, our inward part with ourselves to bring a higher vibration to the planet, the faster and easier everything is going to be for us. And then we'll also be able to hold space for those who are having a hard time and who will continue to have a hard time, because this is not going away, everything that's on the planet right now, anytime soon. There's still probably a couple more years of some really challenging stuff. And so if we are not grounded and if we don't have the tools to be able to manage these energies, we're going to have a really hard time. And so that's why Spirit keeps bringing me back here to share these things with you so that you can also be in these higher vibrations. So let's get started with this new year energy. And we're going to use all of our free imagination to put down a brand new grounding cord in this new year, in present time. So it's like a big guillotine at the same time. We're just going to drop everything from the past, from this whole past year, everything that we've done, all the mistakes we've made, because none of it's really mistakes, but all the ways that we're judging ourselves and making ourselves wrong. We're just going to send all of that down the grounding cord that goes all the way to the center of the planet. And then let's send those roots down from the bottoms of our feet, and it's going to go deep into the earth. So this is ultra grounding, because it's going to go all the way to the other side of the planet, no matter where you are on this planet. And your roots are going to wrap all the way around the planet. And then from there, you're going to start bringing that earth energy, abundant, feminine earth energy, up through your legs. So it's kind of stopping right at the bottoms of your feet, where you're not quite bringing this earth energy up into your energy field through your legs. So that's slowly coming up now. So this is going to help you feel more anchored to the safety of our planet. She's actually doing really well. She was struggling there for a while, but she's doing good. And then let's see if you have a worry circle, because ideally you wouldn't have one. Yes, it's all the way out to the 15th layer of your aura. So just imagine you know where the 15th layer is. There's a circle of energy that radiates around your root. We're just going to pull in that circle. And we're just going to drop all of that worry, anxiety, stress, doubts, uncertainty, fear. Just going to drop it all down the grounding cord. Okay, excellent. There we go. And then we're going to start bringing pure source energy down through your creative rings that are stacked above your head. And this is whether you know how many you have or not. Doesn't matter. It still works. So we're going to bring pure source down through your creative rings into the crown where it's stopping. Excuse me. And so as pure source is coming into your crown, we're going to go out to the 3rd layer. So there's also a circle of energy up at your crown. We're going to pull that energy in. And this is where you give yourself permission to have, be, and do with your life as you choose. So this is a big part of us stepping into our ultimate power, is realizing that we give ourselves permission. We don't have to really get anybody else's approval when we have access to our crown up here. But right now there's a lot of other energies in there, and it makes it very challenging to access our personal permission. Okay, great. So now as pure source, and before I go on, I'm going to back up just a hair. So in these rings, in these creative rings, this is where you want to plant your dreams and your desires, your hopes, your intentions for this next year, maybe even for this next month or quarter or week or day. This is where you put your intentions in these rings. So So that when we bring pure source down through these rings, it's going to recalibrate all of those in your highest and best interests. Great. So I have all of my dreams and desires over there. I don't know if you could see it in my vision board. I've done those for years, and I always love doing it. It's just, for me, it's just a fun artistic expression of my dreams and my desires. And so, yes, I've gone far past creating with vision boards, but I still love them as a way of amplifying and keeping me focused on what I desire. So at any rate, bringing all those desires through in the rings, recalibrating that with pure source. And so now as pure source comes into the crown, it helps give you permission to have all those desires. And so as pure source is coming into the crown, let's go out to that third layer. There's still some energy there. So there is a fear entity in your crown that keeps you afraid of accessing this permission, because there's this energy that, it's kind of like an energy that says, who do you think you are to think that you can access your own permission? Like, we have been owning you for eons and we will continue to own you. So that's the energy that we're lifting up and off. And it's an ongoing process because they'll keep climbing in. But we now have the tools to be able to help release these energies until we get to a high enough frequency where they just stop. They stop bothering us. They stop climbing in. And but a lot of you are new to this, so that's why we keep finding these energies. So now as pure source is coming down through the central core, 7, 6, 5, 4, stopping right at that heart chakra. Let's go out to the third layer, both front and back, as we pull in all the ways you've been judging yourself over this last year. Maybe feeling like you haven't been doing enough. Or if you had jumped on that project or idea or whatever, a while ago, you wouldn't be where you are now. Or beating yourself up like, I don't know why I can't figure this out. I know I'm smarter than this, but it's just not working. So just let go of all the ways you've been judging yourself. So there is nothing wrong. That's the good news. Yeah, it's everything that's coming in is just information. There we go. So we're just going to drop all those judgments down the grounding. And then as we bring pure source down through the heart, solar plexus, and second chakra. So it's stopping right in that second chakra, right in the lower belly. It's a lot of anger in here. A lot of anger and rage. Maybe, when you think about and reflect on this past year, it really pisses you off what's been happening. And so, yes, all of that anger is completely justified, but it doesn't do us any good when it's just stirring and stirring and stirring in the background and not really motivating or moving us to really doing any action. So we always have access to our anger. We're removing the excess, because it's the opposite of prosperity and abundance and wealth and more money, higher vibration of money. All that anger is just the opposite energy. Okay, good. So now as we're bringing pure source down through that second chakra, spilling down the root, great. So we're literally removing the energies that keep you in those lower vibrations. It's one thing to talk about what you should do and shouldn't do. Here we're actually doing the work. Okay, great. So now you're in this vertical alignment where you're connected way up high to pure source, and you're deeply connected to our Mother Earth. So take a deep breath and just feel into this anchored, powerful energy. Okay, great. So now we're going to mix these two energies, that earth energy that's coming up through the legs, with that pure source coming down the backside. Where that meets at the root chakra, we're going to start bringing this 50-50 mixture up the front, real close to the spine. So right at that second chakra, out to that third layer, this is where your creative power, your creative juice is kind of stuck. So we're going to pull in that energy, send it down the grounding. Great. So now we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up through that second chakra. And up into the solar plexus, where it's stopping again. Let's go out to that third layer. This is like a big stop sign where there's just no juice, no energy, no motivation. So we're just going to pull this dark energy that's not yours into the core of your root, and we're going to send it down your grounding. Excellent. Okay, great. Okay, good. So now we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up through the solar plexus, up into the heart, where it's stopping again. We're going to go out to the third layer. So this is more of that proving our worth and value, which is that hamster wheel, because you're trying to prove something that's already true. And the reason you keep feeling like you have to do that is because there's an energy in our hearts that's not ours, belongs to this 1% reptilian energies that keep this program. There's a program connected here that wants us, one, to not realize that we have the ability to self-generate love. So that's part of the program that keeps us always looking on the outside for love, admiration, appreciation, anything that's going to make us feel better. So when we're in these high vibrations, all those things are always coming to us anyway. And it's this program that keeps us looking on the outside for that validation. So we're releasing that program. Good. Send that energies down the grounding. So as we bring this 50-50 mixture up through the heart, now it's coming up in the throat, through that sixth chakra, through the crown, through all of the rings above your head, then it's going to fountain out through all the layers of your aura. So this system that we're using is a system that we just repeat, rinse and repeat, and it can be applied to lots of different things. So as we're clearing the layers of the aura, we're going to focus on the 15th layer. That's where the 1% hang out. So they're always kind of in that space. So we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to lift this 1% influence out of our energy field. And for those of you who, let's see, this week, I keep promising to do this. I've had a request to do a new 20-minute running your energy process. So there's one out there, and it includes your money vibration, but it's been requested that I do a new updated one because we're doing things differently now. So I plan on doing that over this next week. So keep on the lookout for that one. Things are always changing and updating, so that's the good news. So we're clearing this 15th layer. And then we're going to do the same thing with the 30th layer where the reptilian energy hangs out. So we're going to just lift that energy up and out of this 30th layer of our aura. And we're going to send that through the central core off planet. Okay, great. And then we're going to clear our circle of reciprocity. So this is really important in helping us to receive. So a lot of you are blaming other people for not giving to you. You know, I give so much and nothing's coming back. And so you think it's the other person's fault. If our left hand, this is my right hand, but the left hand here, it might be reversed in the camera. If your left hand is blocked, then you're not going to be able to receive all the goodness, all the clients, all the money, all of the opportunities that are just waiting for you to get aligned and clear. So this left hand is critical if you're going to allow the receiving to happen. It's not about the other people. So what you have in your life is the result of not how hard you work, but how much you allow. So that might be a new concept for some of you. Okay, so we're going to bring the energy from the upper 4 chakras and all of your rings out the right arm. That's the right giving masculine side. So it's kind of stopping right at the shoulder here. So we want to just gently pull that energy out that right arm. And for those of you who are, you kind of know you're a control freak. You like to control everything that's going on in your world because you grew up in an environment that was out of control. And so now you feel like, you don't want any surprises and you don't want to get blindsided. So you try to control things. Well, this receiving is not something you control. So it helps you get out of that energy of trying to manipulate and manage. And when we start to surrender and we let go, that's when we allow things to come in. And then we don't know how it's going to happen, when, how much, from whom, and we have to just let it in. And so for a lot of you, that can be really challenging. So let's bring in, because it stopped right at the left hand. So let's I have it kind of reversed because I kind of work as like a mirror here. So we're bringing that energy, gently pulling it up into that left hand so you can allow yourself to receive. Up into the shoulder. Now, for some of you, as you're doing this, you might notice this kind of fear that comes up, like, "Ooh, there's something coming in that I'm not controlling," and you have to allow it to happen, and it can feel a little uncomfortable at first. So that's what allowing feels like. It feels like surrender, and you're not controlling things. So as it comes through the heart, it's going to validate you when you receive. As it comes through the throat, let that energy stir in there so you can ask for what you need. A lot of times you're not receiving because you don't ask, right? Nobody knows what you want or need until you actually put the words out there. So a lot of us are mind readers, but it really is much more effective and more powerful when we use our words. Okay, great. So that's coming through the throat. Through that 6th chakra, let that clear those limiting and lack mindsets that are in your, these beliefs that we hold here. Okay, great. And then through the crown, where you give yourself permission to allow yourself to receive. Excellent. And then through all the rings. Okay, excellent. So, just thinking what else would be good. Because I always do this like in the present moment. And whatever spirit wants to bring through me is what happens. So, in preparation for this next year and what it is that you desire to bring into this new year, so you can always adjust what you have. You can add, you can subtract what you have in your rings, because this is what you're going to create from. So that's really important. And, in this program that we're starting on January 1, we're going to be spending a lot of time going much deeper every day, addressing a new thing that we're going to be clearing. Like one day it might be all of the attachments. We want to make room for what you want to bring in. And in order to do that, we need to clear out the things that are taking up a lot of room. It could be old relationships, people you don't even talk to anymore, but energetically, they're still connected to you. They're still siphoning off your energy and still affecting your energy field so that it's like it's being distracted, it's being siphoned off. So we're going to be clearing, people, attachments, sometimes even your pets. Like I know a lot of people who they want to bring in a relationship, but their pet occupies all of their time. And so, how do you create more time and space for a relationship when even your pets are occupying all your time and energy? So, so we're going to be clearing out a lot of these kinds of energies, attachments, things that just distract us with our focus, could be even hobbies. And so we're going to be clearing out energies that are distracting us from that space. It doesn't mean you give up your pets or you give up your hobbies. It's just that we're like redistributing the energies so that you'll see, if you decide to be a part of this program, you'll see how that's going to play out. So every day we're going to be building on these new energies. That first section is all about clearing deeper and deeper, way more than what we're doing here. Balancing our masculine and feminine energies so that we can get stuff done with that masculine energy. But then we can allow the surrender with that feminine, allow the receiving to come in. That's all balancing masculine and feminine energies. And we're also going to be planting seeds in that second phase. How do you get clear about what it is you really want to call in? And that third phase is all about manifesting. So there's things that come up about manifesting. Maybe we are like the things that are showing up are not what we intended. So how do we troubleshoot that? So that will all be addressed in this program as well. So super valuable in helping you bring in love into this next year. So whether there's 3 groups that will benefit from this program, it's people who want just more self-love in their life. They don't feel comfortable in their skin. They feel they don't feel lovable. They feel like they would not be worthy of bringing in some new partner. Or maybe they just know that they want to be by themselves. They enjoy themselves, but they also just want to experience more self-love. Or maybe they want a better relationship with a particular person in their life. It doesn't even have to be an intimate partner. And then there's those of you who are in a relationship, but it's not quite gelling. It's maybe not, it's a little disappointing. It's not quite what you had hoped for. And so at what point do you throw in the towel? At what point do you decide, I've done everything and I'm doing all my work, but the other person is really not, and they will never catch up. So, there's all different things to look at along this process, and we're going to be looking at all of it to decide these things so that it's all pointing to Valentine's Day, which is Spirit as, I grew up with a crappy Valentine's Day experience as a Jehovah's Witness. We could never celebrate Valentine's Day. So, even I have my own triggers around Valentine's Day. And so it's going to be a perfect time to reprogram this holiday for yourself. Like, what does it mean? Because too many people navigate this holiday, this day that comes up, and it has a lot of expectations on it, right? And it makes us feel maybe the lack that we have in our life, and we kind of walk away feeling kind of crappy. And so this is a great opportunity to redefine that holiday. And so I'm inviting all of you to join us in this challenge. It's called the Infinite Love Adventure Challenge. What can you create for yourself on this day And no expectations. It's all just going to be a fun experience, a fun learning experience. But after, reprogramming and clearing and doing all this work for a month to see what you create and manifest and attract and bring into your energy field. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And so this is what I'm looking forward to is this in this next year. So we've got a little bit of time between now and the 11th. It's 10 days left for you to get my book and understand the process much deeper. The more pre-work you do, the more advantageous this program will be. There's also 2 mini courses in there that you could start right away. So you can start working those energies between now and the 11th so that everybody that's going to be in this program, we're all going to be moving in the same direction together. And it's like this group mastermind that gets created. And so even though we're working on this at different levels, like maybe we have different intentions, you might be at a different level in your spiritual mastery and your mastery of your energies. But you're going to find through the energies that we're working what you need to clear. And that's how it benefits everybody, even though we're at all these different levels. So every day I'll be clearing these energies in the background as we run through this process of running your energy for 22 minutes. So I'll spend the first few minutes, because it'll be about a half hour, a few minutes setting the energy for what it is we're going to be clearing each day. And so it's going to be super powerful. And, I know that I could easily charge 3 or 4 times what I am charging, but I also wanted to break through this paradigm or this kind of a program, I guess it was, on how I've been programmed to run different programs from my business mentors, which is, in the past, it's like, if you do a big ticket program and then charge a lot for it, you just need a few people that can, benefit from it. But I think it's really more important, and this is what Spirit is showing me, that more people need to benefit from this. And so I make plenty of money doing what I do, and I certainly never worry about money anymore. So this is why it's being made at such an affordable price, affordable for this program. So I hope you'll be joining us for that. Let's see what else needs to be cleared, or if you guys have a question about the program or anything, we'll see what's going on with your questions here. So thank you, Peter. I enjoyed our session as well. So, and so Nadine wants to bring in unbridled creative power action. Via and flow via self-generated love. Wow, that sounds awesome. And Happy New Year to you too, Shadra, from India. Great. And big theme for me, I guess you're referring to the love that we're talking about. Great. Oh, good. So Stephanie just received her report. She's got her session booked for Monday. So excellent. And then let's see what we have here on YouTube. Hang on just a second. The skills, headache and chills. Maybe that's what you're experiencing right now. Okay, great. Lots of feedback here. Her pet died. Oh, yes, this often happens. I'm already checking it out. Good. I get it. The trauma from, hang on. Oops. Trauma from 11 years old. Yes. Okay, great. Yeah. So, we're also going to be clearing a lot of energies in this program that we've also done in the past, where not only past lives, but also in this current lifetime, going back to specific ages where lots of stuff got stirred up. So, So there is one energy that wants to be controlled right now. Um, yes, we are getting ready for Valentine's Day. So there is one energy that wants to be controlled right now. It's a control being, that's why I said that. That wants to be cleared, that is kind of in the way between you and for those of you who are thinking about doing this program. So it is a control being. Right in the heart. Well, of course, because this is all about self-generating love, right? So this control being goes all the way out to the 30th layer. So this is a big place where these control beings operate from, because they are used by this reptilian energies, which are out in that 30th layer. So we're going to bring this heart energy in and how they're influencing your ability to self-generate love and access that infinite intelligence in our heart. So this is a big reason why these energies of the 1%, the reptilians, the control beings, why they're influencing our heart is because they know it's such a big part that is needed and necessary for this next golden age that we're stepping into. So it's all heart energy, the feminine. That's the heart energy is the feminine energy. The mind is the masculine energy. And so these two work in tandem. But right now the heart energy has been pushed down so far. And these energies that are controlling the planet, they operate without any heart. The 1%, the reptilian energies, they have no heart. So we're pulling this reptilian influence and this control being into the core of our heart. It pulls in right to that 4th layer where there's a big judgment, where we make ourselves wrong and we feel like maybe we are a mistake, and that it's a mistake that we're here on the planet. But it is no mistake. You are here, you are at this time on this planet for one of two reasons. Either you're here to help humanity move forward and helping others navigate all of these energies, or you could be on that other side where you are part of the group agreement that is going to go down with that 1% energies. And so it's definitely a dividing that's happening right now. And this is a free will planet. Earth is a free will planet where we get to be free will agents to decide for ourselves. So yes, there are a lot of influences that are preventing that, but at the end of the day, and the bottom line is, we are the ones who will ultimately choose. Maybe it's not easy, but it's still our choice. So we are the ones who are going to decide which direction we're going. So as we pull this control being up into the throat, goes all the way out to the 30th layer. So this is where they don't want to hear what you have to say. They're going to censor everything. And they don't want to hear you complain or question what's going on. Okay. And they don't want to hear your truth. Okay, good. So now as we pull this control being up into the 6th chakra, out to that 3rd layer. So this controls all of our beliefs about how powerful we think we are or not. Okay, just clearing all of that energy. And then we're going to bring it up into the crown, where it also goes out to that 30th layer. So this is a really big influence on our ability to give ourselves our personal permission. So here we're spending a lot more time than we would in these daily meditations. But this is giving you an idea of what we're going to be doing every single day for 27 days. Well, actually, it's for a whole month, but 27 days of actual clearing. So you take Sundays off. Sunday's an integration day. So Sunday is kind of like a winter. It's a day where we go inward and we integrate and we allow everything to kind of seep and simmer and do its work. Okay, so we're pulling that control being up and out of the central core. Okay, great. So one other thing I want to do is just make sure that your heart is really open. And, this might stir up some of the pain that's in there, which is the beginning of letting go of all this garbage and debris. So the heart right now is open, 100%, excellent. And just want to make sure you're down in your heart. Okay, good. So instead of being up here in our head where we're always trying to figure everything out, we want to operate from our heart space where this informs us. Our heart has an infinitely intelligent, it's like a mind in our hearts that knows deeply and has this deep wisdom that's always informing us. And so we want to operate from here, which is a sense of knowing and feeling into what it is we know. And that's the place we want to get our answers, our inspiration, our information from, and operate from there. So I hope this has helped all of you today. And again, Happy New Year. It's going to be exciting, one way or the other. So for me, it's going to be exciting because I know what that energy of excitement and fear is basically the same energy. It just has to do with the stories we wrap around these energies so that either it stays exciting or it really gets fearful. Those stories and fears and energies. We're going to be releasing so many fears over this next month. So hopefully you'll be joining us for that. It starts January 1. So take a look at that link. And in the meantime, get the book. And for those of you who already know that you are ready and want to go deeper, farther, faster, then get your personal vibrational altitude report. I measure 40 calibrations. Actually, there's like 41 now because we have control beings. So this lets you know where you're at. Then I know where you're at, and then you can go from there. How far are you from your goals? You're probably not as far as you think you are. So that's also available to get that. And we will see you on Tuesday where we'll entertain your questions and all the things that are coming up for you. And this is a great place to ask questions either on YouTube or Facebook where we'll be on live again. All right, great start to the new year. Those of you who are here or listening to this as a recording are ready to rock and roll this year, but it needs to be done with a little bit of finesse and some really powerful information so that we're not just launching out there and we're not ready because we're still in that inward energy where we're getting ready for the launch. All right, I'll see you on Tuesday. Sending much love. Namaste. And yes.